Hey everyone! Have you ever stopped to wonder about the humble 1 cent coin? You know, the tiny penny that often gets tossed in the back of your drawer or left lying around in change jars? The coin that many people overlook, but it's been part of history for over 200 years. In this video, we'll be exploring the fascinating history of the 1 cent coin, how its value has evolved over the years, and you might be surprised by just how much some of these little pennies are worth today. Stick around, because the 1 cent coin has a story that's richer than you might think. Let's rewind to 1793, the year when the United States minted its very first 1 cent coin. The very idea of a penny was born out of necessity. The U.S. Mint was founded in 1792, and the government needed to establish a reliable, standardized currency to fuel the fledgling economy of a new nation. The first ever penny was called the chain cent. It featured a design with a chain of links around the edge symbolizing the original 13 colonies. This early coin was made of a copper alloy and was far from the sleek, polished pennies we know today. In fact, the 1793 chain cent is a rare and highly sought-after collector's item, often fetching tens of thousands of dollars at auctions due to its historical significance. Because only a small number of these were made, and the design was quickly changed, the chain cent is one of the most valuable and iconic coins in American numismatics. Over the years, the penny's design changed multiple times, reflecting the country's evolving identity. In 1800, the U.S. Mint introduced a new design called the Liberty Cap penny, followed by the braided hair penny in 1839. These designs evolved as the U.S. moved through different political and social periods, and each change was a reflection of the country's spirit at the time. But it wasn't until 1859 that the U.S. Mint introduced one of the most iconic designs in coin history. The Indian head cent. The design featured a Native American headdress, symbolizing both the history of America and its growing sense of national identity. This coin became incredibly popular and was minted for over 50 years. It would pave the way for a much-loved tradition in American currency design, putting famous figures on the penny. In 1909, a significant milestone was reached in the history of the penny. For the first time ever, the face of a U.S. president was featured on the coin. The new penny design, created by artist Victor David Brenner, would feature the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln. This was done to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, and it marked a monumental shift in U.S. coinage history. Along with the Lincoln portrait on the obverse side, the reverse side of the penny featured 2 stalks of wheat, earning it the nickname Wheat Penny. For nearly 50 years, from 1909 to 1958, the Lincoln Wheat Penny was in circulation, becoming one of the most recognizable and collected coins in America. By 1959, the reverse of the penny underwent a transformation to mark the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The penny now featured the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, as a tribute to the nation's 16th president. Then, in 2009, to honor Lincoln's bicentennial birthday, the U.S. Mint introduced a series of 4 different reverse designs depicting important milestones in Lincoln's life, including his log cabin, his formative years, and his presidency. After the bicentennial series, in 2010, the U.S. Mint unveiled a new, simpler design on the reverse side of the penny, a shield with a banner across it, reading E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. This design remains in use today. Now, let's talk about the penny's value. The 1 cent coin today is worth just that, 1 cent. But surprisingly, it costs more to make a penny than it's worth. As of 2021, it costs the U.S. Mint approximately 2.1 cents to produce each penny, which raises the question, why do we still use it? Year after year, there's been debate about whether the penny should be eliminated altogether, with some arguing that it's too costly to produce. However, the penny remains a significant part of American currency, and its role in daily transactions is still essential, especially in the realm of small purchases and pricing. While the 1 cent coin may not seem like much on the surface, some pennies are worth a lot more than their face value. For example, the 1943 copper penny is one of the rarest and most valuable coins in U.S. history. During World War II, the U.S. Mint switched the penny's composition from copper to steel to conserve copper for military use. But a few copper pennies were accidentally minted that year, and these are now worth millions. The 1943 copper penny can sell for over $1 million, depending on its condition. Similarly, the 1909 SVDB penny, the 1914 D, and the 1922 No D penny are highly sought after by collectors and can fetch thousands of dollars at auctions. The rarity, historical significance, and condition of these coins contribute to their value, and they serve as a reminder that even the smallest of coins can carry immense worth. So, what does the future hold for the 1-cent coin? Despite the debates, the penny has proven to be more than just pocket change. It's a symbol of America's growth, from its earliest days as a nation to its rise as a global economic power. Though it may not hold the purchasing power it once did, the penny's rich history, cultural importance, and collectible value ensure its place in American heritage. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1-cent coin's history and surprising value, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating stories about money, history, and rare collectibles. And let us know in the comments, do you think we should keep the penny around or should it be phased out? This script gives a thorough exploration of the 1-cent coin, its history, its value, and its unexpected worth in today's market. It balances educational content with storytelling and includes plenty of engaging visuals to keep your audience interested. Have you ever wondered about the history behind the humble 1-cent coin? The tiny little penny that is often tossed aside or simply forgotten in the bottom of a drawer? It may seem insignificant to some, but when you take a deeper look, the story of the 1-cent coin is rich in history, filled with economic importance, and packed with surprising value. In today's video, we're going to dive into everything you need to know about the 1-cent coin. The value, the history, and its surprising worth in today's world. Let's get started. The 1-cent coin has a fascinating origin story. The first 1-cent coin was minted in 1793 in the United States. Yes, it's been around since the very beginning of the American nation. The very first penny, known as the chain cent, was produced by the U.S. Mint and featured a design with a chain around the center with 15 links, each representing one of the original colonies. Back then, the 1-cent coin wasn't made of copper, like many are today. It was actually composed of a mixture of copper, tin, and zinc. This first coin was quite different from the pennies we know today, not only in material but also in design. The 1793 chain cent is a rare collector's item now, valued in the thousands due to its historical importance. Over the centuries, the design and composition of the 1-cent coin has changed numerous times, reflecting the evolving culture, technology, and economics of the country. In 1800, the U.S. Mint introduced the Liberty Cap design, which was followed by the braided hair design in 1839. Each new design became a symbol of national identity and pride. In the mid-19th century, a major shift took place in the penny's composition. The copper alloy, which had been the standard, was replaced with a copper-nickel blend. This was due to the rising costs of copper and an effort to make the coin more durable. But it wasn't until the arrival of the famous Indian head cent in 1859 that the penny began to take on a form that looks more like the one we know today. Featuring Lady Liberty in an Indian headdress, this design stood as a tribute to the country's growing sense of identity. One of the most beloved pennies in American history is the wheat penny. Minted from 1909 to 1958, this coin featured a design on the reverse side with 2 stalks of wheat, which is why it was affectionately known as the wheat penny. The obverse side featured the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, which remains the design to this day. The 1909 version is particularly special because it was the first penny to feature President Abraham Lincoln's image. This coin was created in honor of Lincoln's 100th birthday, and it remains one of the most famous and collected coins in U.S. history. Over time, these pennies became highly collectible. The most famous wheat penny of all is the 1909 SVDB, which was minted in limited numbers and features the initials of the designer, Victor David Brenner. Today, the 1909 SVDB penny is worth thousands of dollars, especially in mint condition. After the wheat penny era, the 1-cent coin underwent several more design changes. In 1959, to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the U.S. Mint introduced a new design featuring the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side. This design lasted until 2008. In 2009, the U.S. Mint released a series of 4 different reverse designs to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. These limited edition designs included images of Lincoln in different stages of his life, from his early childhood home to his presidency. In 2010, the penny was redesigned again, this time with a modern, minimalist approach. The reverse side now features a shield, with the inscription E pluribus unum, a Latin phrase meaning out of many one. This design still graces the reverse of the penny today. Now, let's talk about the penny in its modern-day context. As of today, the 1-cent coin is made primarily of zinc, coated with a thin layer of copper. It costs more to produce a penny than its face value. In fact, it costs the U.S. Mint approximately 2.1 cents to make a single penny, which is a topic of debate every few years. The question arises, should the penny be eliminated? Despite the cost of production, the penny is still in circulation today. It may not be as valuable as it once was, but it still serves as an important part of the U.S. monetary system. Many people also use pennies in daily life, whether for small purchases or as part of their coin collections. While most pennies today are worth only 1 cent, some rare ones are worth a small fortune. For example, the 1943 copper penny is one of the most famous and valuable errors in U.S. minting history. Due to a mistake in the minting process, a few pennies were made with copper instead of steel during World War II. Today, a 1943 copper penny can be worth over $1 million. Similarly, other rare pennies, such as the 1909 SVDB, the 1914D, and the 1922 No D penny, can fetch thousands of dollars on the collector's market. It's amazing to think that a coin that's worth just 1 cent in circulation can become a prized possession worth so much more. So, next time you find a penny lying on the ground, remember that it's more than just loose change. It's a piece of history. A symbol of the United States' economic development. And in some cases, it might even be worth a lot more than you think. If you enjoyed learning about the 1-cent coin and its incredible history, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating insights into the world of money and coins. Let us know in the comments, do you still keep pennies in your pocket, or are you ready to let them go? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. This script covers a comprehensive range of topics related to the 1-cent coin, its history, design changes, and its value both historically and in the modern world. You can adjust the tone and pacing to suit your channel's style and the audience's interests. You've probably seen this coin hundreds of times, the humble 1998 D Lincoln penny. It's easy to ignore. After all, it's just 1 cent, right? But what if I told you that some 1998 D pennies can be worth hundreds, even thousands, of dollars depending on a few small details? In this video, we're breaking down everything you need to know about the 1998 D 1-cent coin, from its history and design, to errors, minting secrets, and how you can tell if your penny is actually rare and valuable. Stick around. This tiny copper coin might just make you rich. The 1998 D penny is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, which began in 1909. The obverse, front, of the coin features a profile of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, marking the centennial of his birth. This design has become one of the most iconic images in American coinage. The reverse side, in 1998, featured the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 and created by Frank Gasparo, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time. If you look closely at the reverse, you'll even see a tiny image of Lincoln seated inside the memorial, making this coin one of the few where the same figure appears on both sides. The D Mint mark located just below the date indicates the coin was minted in Denver, Colorado, one of the U.S. Mint's major production facilities. In 1998, the Denver Mint produced a staggering 5, 225, 353, 000 1-cent coins. That's over 5.2 billion coins. making the 1998 penny extremely common in terms of quantity. So here's the million-dollar question: if there are billions of these coins, how could any be valuable? Brain. It all comes down to errors, condition, and variety. Let's set some expectations. A typical 1998 penny found in pocket change, with wear and tear, is still worth 1 cent, even in decent circulated condition. Most are only worth face value, but in uncirculated or mint condition, the value goes up. MS 60, mint state 60 / $0.10, $0.25 *MS 65, gem condition / $1, $5 *MS 67, top grade / $25, $100 plus *MS 68, superb gem rare, can reach $300 plus at auction. Let's talk about error coins, those rare mistakes made during the minting process that slip into circulation. Collectors love error coins, and some 1998 pennies have sold for hundreds due to these minting anomalies. A misaligned strike causes part of the design to appear off-center, sometimes drastically. Value $25 to $200 plus depending on how far off the strike is. A section of the coin is clipped or missing due to a cutting error. A true double die obverse (DDO) shows clear doubling on parts of the design, like the date, Liberty, or In God We Trust. While not widely reported for the 1998 some unconfirmed DDO examples exist, always worth checking. Potential value $50 to $300 plus if confirmed by PCGS/NGC. If you find a 1998 penny with any of these features, it's definitely worth more than face value. You might be wondering, why are people still searching pennies in 2025? The answer is simple. Pennies are the last frontier of pocket change treasure hunting. They're cheap to collect, easy to find, and even today, rare and valuable varieties still pop up in circulation. And unlike silver coins, which are mostly gone from everyday use, copper-based pennies, especially pre-1982 and era coins like 1998 varieties, still circulate. Here are just a few examples of real 1998 pennies that sold for more than you'd expect. 1998 DMS 68 red penny ***, sold for $345 at Heritage Auctions. 1998 off-center error, 30%, ***, sold for $115. 1998 die crack across Lincoln's face ***, eBay's sale for $45. So there you have it, the story behind the 1998 1-cent coin. While it might seem like just another penny, a sharp eye could turn it into something worth hundreds of dollars. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on future deep dives into coins, currency, and collectibles. And let us know in the comments ***, have you ever found a rare coin in your spare change? Or maybe you have a 1998 with an unusual feature? Let's talk about it. ***. What if I told you that a single penny, specifically a 1998 1-cent coin, could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today? Yes, we're talking about that ordinary-looking copper coin you probably passed by without a second thought. But here's the truth, not all 1998 pennies are created equal. In this video, we'll explore the 1998 Lincoln penny's origin, design, hidden varieties, minting errors, and the shocking prices collectors have paid for rare versions of this common coin. Studio microphone. The 1998 1-cent coin is part of the long-running Lincoln Cent series, which began in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Lincoln was the first historical figure to appear on a U.S. coin, replacing the previously used allegorical Lady Liberty. His face was designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, and that iconic bust still appears today. The reverse side of the 1998 penny features the Lincoln Memorial, introduced in 1959, designed by Frank Gasparo. This reverse was used on Lincoln cents until 2008. So, by 1998, the penny had already been through decades of design and production changes. But the year 1998 became especially significant due to one critical minting mistake, and we'll get to that shortly. That's over 10.2 billion business strike pennies and a little over 2 million proof coins. But here's the kicker. Even among these billions of coins, there are hidden gems worth far more than face value. A minting mix-up in 1998 created one of the most sought-after Lincoln penny varieties, the 1998 wide AM reverse. On regular 1998 pennies, the letters A and M in America on the reverse are very close together, almost touching. The U.S. Mint mistakenly used a proof reverse die for business strike coins, a rare error that slipped into circulation from the Philadelphia Mint. Flip your 1998 penny and check the spacing of the A and M in America. If they're wide apart, you might be holding a coin worth 100,000 times its face value. Look for doubling in Lincoln's eye the words Liberty or the date 1998. Even slight doubling can make the coin worth $25 to $200 plus. Part of the coin's design is missing, struck partially off the planchet. These errors are popular with collectors and can fetch $50 to $150, depending on the degree of the error. A chunk of the coin is bitten off, a minting issue that creates a crescent-shaped gap. Value ranges from $20 to $75. Don't forget about the 1998 S-proof pennies, specially struck for collectors using polished dies and planchets. If you have one in perfect PR69 DCM or PR70 DCM, deep cameo, condition, its value can range from $20 to over $200, depending on the grade and market demand. These were never meant for circulation, so if you find one loose in the wild, that's a major surprise. Asterisk heavy check mark. Look at the mint mark. No mark, Philadelphia D or S. Asterisk heavy check mark. Flip it over. Check the spacing in America. Wide or close AM? Asterisk heavy check mark. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling or other odd features. Asterisk heavy check mark. Compare it to known images online, PCGS or NGC. Asterisk heavy check mark. Consider submitting it to a third-party grader, like PCGS or NGC, if you think it's rare or in mint condition. Some people ask, why do we still have the penny? After all, it costs more to produce than it's worth. But the penny remains a symbol of history, savings, and tradition in American currency. And for coin collectors and treasure hunters, it's proof that even the smallest coin can have the biggest surprise. Light bulb. The U.S. Mint still produces billions of pennies each year, and in that mass production, mistakes happen, creating valuable rarities. That dusty 1998 penny could be worth far more than just 1 cent. Be sure to check your coins, look for those wide AM varieties, and watch for errors, because you never know when a tiny coin could lead to a big payday. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more coin collecting content, and let us know in the comments, have you ever found a valuable coin in your pocket change? Thanks for watching your channel name, where every coin has a story. Would you like me to generate those for you next? It's small, copper-colored, and often forgotten at the bottom of your pocket or tossed into a change jar. But what if I told you that your ordinary 1998 penny might be hiding an extraordinary value? In this video, we're diving deep into the 1998 1-cent coin, uncovering its origins, how to identify rare versions, and why some of these coins have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Stick around, you might just have a little treasure sitting in your house right now. The 1998 1-cent coin, often just called the 1998 penny, is part of the long-running Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. On the obverse front, you'll find a right-facing bust of Abraham Lincoln, originally designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909. On the reverse, the coin features the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. That reverse was designed by Frank Gasparo. But while millions of these coins were minted, not all 1998 pennies are created equal. As you can see, the Philadelphia and Denver mints cranked out billions of pennies, making them very common in circulation. But when it comes to value, especially above face value, it's all about condition, rarity, and errors. Let's talk about the good stuff. Rare 1998 pennies that are worth money. While most 1998 pennies are worth, well, just 1 cent, there are specific variations and errors that collectors go crazy for. Here are the most valuable ones to look for. On standard business strike pennies from 1993 to 2008, the A and M in America. On the reverse are very close together, almost touching. But in 1998, a proof reverse die was mistakenly used on some Philadelphia business strike coins, resulting in the wide AM variety, where the A and M are clearly separated. This rare error can be worth $100 to over $600, depending on condition. Higher grade coins, MS66 and above, can fetch up to $1000 or more. Flip your 1998 penny. Look at America. If the A and M are clearly spaced apart, you might have a winner. Use a magnifying glass to be sure. The 1998 S-proof penny was struck in San Francisco and never meant for circulation. These coins were made for collectors and have a mirror-like finish with sharp details. High-grade 1998 S-proof pennies with cameo, CM, or ultra cameo, UCM, designations can be worth $20 to $100 plus. Perfect grade PR70 DCM examples have sold for $300, $500 plus at auctions. Some known valuable errors include off-center strikes ***. A coin struck off-center by 10 to 50% can be worth $20 to $200 plus depending on how dramatic the error is. Clipped planchet ***. Part of the coin appears cut off. These can sell for $10 to $100 plus. Double die obverse, DDO, ***. Although rare for 1998, any doubling on the date or lettering could indicate a double die worth $50 to several $100. Despite being just 1 cent, the penny holds big cultural and monetary significance. Every year, the U.S. Mint produces billions of pennies, even though it costs nearly twice as much to make one than its actual value. And still, it remains in circulation, partly due to tradition, partly due to inertia. But with billions of coins out there, some get struck with rare errors. That's why checking your change is more important than ever, especially for key years like 1998. Studio microphone. So, the next time you spot a 1998 penny in your drawer, don't toss it away. Check the details, inspect for errors, and maybe, just maybe, you'll discover a small copper coin with a big payoff. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1998 penny, hit that like button, subscribe for more coin content, and tell us in the comments. Have you ever found a valuable penny in circulation? Thanks for watching / your channel name, where every cent has a story. Would you like a downloadable PDF script or thumbnail / title suggestions for this video? Certainly. Here's a detailed and long YouTube video script about the 1 cent coin, covering its history, value, design evolution, and rare variants worth big money. You can present this as an educational or numismatic-focused video. The tone is designed to be engaging, informative, and suitable for a voiceover or on-camera delivery. ## Clapperboard YouTube video script. The power of 1 cent, the fascinating history and value of the penny. ***, INTRO, midnight to 0:30, ***, musical note, upbeat background music fades in, studio microphone, voiceover or on camera. It's small, often ignored, and tossed into jars or lost between couch cushions. But the humble 1 cent coin, the penny, carries over 2 centuries of history, controversy, and sometimes surprising value. Welcome to / your channel name, and today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the US 1 cent coin, exploring its origins, design evolution, and uncovering the rare pennies that could be worth thousands of dollars. ***, Section 1, The birth of the 1 cent coin, 030 to 230, *** studio microphone. Let's go back to the very beginning, the year *1793*. That's when the United States Mint first introduced the 1-cent coin, following the Coinage Act of 1792. The original penny was nothing like what we know today. It was larger, made of pure copper, and known as the flowing hair large cent. This coin depicted Lady Liberty with flowing hair, a symbol of freedom and the young nation's ideals. These large cents remained in production until 1857, when the mint finally downsized the coin due to rising copper costs and practicality. That's when the Flying Eagle cent was born, the first of the small cents. Over the decades, the 1-cent coin has undergone several major design changes, each telling a story about America's culture, values, and leadership. Designed by James B. Longacre, the Indian head cent features liberty in a Native American headdress. Contrary to popular belief, it's not a depiction of a Native American. It was produced until 1909. In honor of Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, the U.S. Mint introduced the iconic Lincoln Wheat Cent, designed by Victor David Brenner. This was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, a controversial move at the time. It featured Lincoln's bust on the front and 2 wheat ears on the reverse. And here's a gem: the 1909 SVDB penny, from the San Francisco Mint, is one of the most sought-after pennies in history. 3. 1959 Lincoln Memorial reverse. On Lincoln's 150th birthday, the reverse was changed to the Lincoln Memorial, staying in circulation until 2008. 4. 2009 Bicentennial cents. In 2009, for special designs mark Lincoln's 200th birthday, each depicting different stages of his life, from log cabin to presidency. 5. 2010 Present, Shield Cent studio microphone. Now let's talk value. While most people think pennies are nearly worthless, some rare 1-cent coins are worth a fortune. Here's a breakdown of pennies that have sold for serious money. During World War II, pennies were made from steel to save copper for the war. But a few were accidentally struck in copper. One 1943 copper penny sold at auction for over $1.7 million. * 1955 double die penny. A misaligned die caused doubling on the date and lettering. It's one of the most famous era coins and can fetch $1,000 to $10,000 depending on condition. As mentioned earlier, low mintage, full initials, San Francisco Mint mark. Expect prices from $800 to over $3,000. 1983 double die reverse. Another doubling error. These pennies can sell for hundreds. The bottom line? That jar of coins you've been ignoring might have a rare treasure inside. Check dates, mint marks, and look for doubling or unusual colors. Did you know it costs the U.S. Mint over 2 cents to produce a single penny? That's right. We lose money making money. Many economists and lawmakers argue for its elimination, like Canada did in 2013. But supporters say it helps keep prices low, honors Lincoln, and serves the coin-collecting community. Heavy check marks. Start by sorting pennies by date and mint mark. Heavy check mark. Look for key dates like 1909 SVDB, 1943 copper, and 1955 double die. Heavy check mark. Invest in a coin magnifier and a red book, a guidebook of United States coins. Heavy check mark. Consider coin rolls from banks. Treasure hunting made easy. Heavy check mark. Store your coins in protective holders to preserve their condition. Studio microphone. From a symbol of freedom to $1 million collectible, the 1-cent coin proves that even the smallest things can carry the greatest stories. So, next time you see a penny on the ground, maybe think twice before walking past. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more stories from the world of money, history, and hidden treasures. And let us know in the comments, what's the most valuable coin you've ever found? Would you like a printable version of this script or a visual storyboard to go along with it?